Okay, it's about 9 o'clock. I'm going to set the buns out to rise overnight. Just going to punch them down a couple times in the bowl. I find it is easiest to divide the dough in fourths to begin with, because then you know that you need to get about a dozen out of that until you get used to the size you need to make them. They're going to be smaller than like if you were making regular buns, because they rise more than normal dough. You're going to take your pan, and this one's my favorite. It actually was my great-grandma's pan. I take the dough, and usually what I'll do is put it through my thumb and pointer finger and kind of squeeze it to make a ball, and then kind of tap it in your hand and set it on the pan. Make sure you squish that bottom together or the edges get lumpy. That's the easiest way to make the buns. Just keep pushing it through your fingers. You'll kind of get a feel for the size. Pat the top. I don't know why Grandma always spanked them, but it seems to make a difference in the texture, so they seem to have bigger air pockets if I don't do that. They should be a little less than an inch apart on the pan. They're a little better off if they're too close together than too far apart. If they're too far apart, when they rise too much, they'll flop. And you're just going to keep doing that until you fill the pan. Usually you'll get about a dozen per batch of the 4/4 of the dough. Usually if you don't get enough buns, you haven't put enough flour in, and if you get too many, you put too much flour. You see, I got almost exactly 12 out of that 1/4 of the dough. I'm going to just continue to fill the pan with some of the rest of the dough, but that way you know how many buns to get out of the dough. Usually I end up with this pan, it's a little bigger, so I end up with about 16 on the pan. And I'll spray the tops once again with the spray so they don't stick to the plastic. Then I just take clear plastic wrap. And again, this pan is a little extra big, so it takes 2 pieces, but a regular cake pan or regular cookie sheet, it doesn't need the extra. Why they can't make plastic wrap that doesn't stick and roll up on itself, I don't know. And the boxes always break, so they never rip like they're supposed to. So I'm going to loosely cover it. You don't want to wrap the edges tightly, because then they don't get enough air to rise. Leave enough to hang over the edges though, or else too much air will get under them and they'll dry out before they can rise enough. Then I'm going to take the white dish towel again and just do one layer over it. And I usually put them in the oven to rise overnight, as long as the oven is cold. I will finish doing that with the other 3 sections and bake them in the morning. Have a good night.